On a Zoom with me is someone that I'm going to see on Sunday performing with Xavier Rudd at Emerentia. And his name is Martin Gill. He's got a brand new single that we're going to play on Jacaranda FM. Martin, welcome to Jack.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's good to be here.
I anticipate that you're going to be here a lot. I think that we're going to love your music so much. Everyone's going to vote you to number one on the top 40, and then you're going to just have to like move in.
That's the plan. I mean, I think I've already bought an extra bed to put in the studio, so it sounds
You're way more prepared than even we are. None of us ever brought a bed. We sleep on the bean bags there. But it's fine. Bring your bed. It's okay.
that sounds comfy enough. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Martin Gill. Who are you? Where are you from? Introduce yourself to us, the Jack fam.
It's a bit of a long story. I was born in England, so there's a bit of foreign element here. My voice is always like people ask me, "Are you from South Africa or not?" But yeah, I've grown up here my whole life. I grew up down in KZN in Pietermaritzburg, which is a really cool little town, and actually, so many really awesome musicians have come from there in the past. Um, and so it's a really cool community to grow up in, very supportive. And then yeah, I've been in Pretoria for the last almost 10 years now, having studied engineering, and yeah, now I'm based up here in the big cities. Um, which means it's really cool to get opportunities to play big shows like this weekend, and yeah, kind of have a lot of music stuff happening around me, which is really awesome.
So you studied engineering. Do you have a quote unquote real job outside of the music industry?
I do. I work in software, so
Oh.
it's busy. It's on and off. It's sometimes super busy and sometimes a little bit less busy, which gives me a little bit of music time. But yeah, it's a hectic life to juggle both careers.
I can imagine, and everything else that comes with just being alive in 2024. So, you do, however, have a brand new single, Wish You the Best. Is this off of, sorry, that was always going to happen. Is this off of a body of work, like an album, an EP, or are you just going to be doing single? What is this off of?
So this is off what will hopefully be an EP or an album a bit later in the year or early next year.
Okay.
We're definitely building up to a much bigger project, which is very exciting. It'll, yeah, hopefully be off kind of the second EP that I'll release. The first one I did back in COVID times, which was a really cool experience and a really big success. I think I really enjoyed kind of that process of making something bigger and making something more coherent as a project. So this is the first kind of building block to something that I really want to identify deeply with and make a difference with. So
So what can we expect from a Martin Gill performance? Because obviously I'm coming to watch you on Sunday, and I've never had the opportunity to watch you before. What are we in for?
I think you're in for a lot of emotions.
Oh,
um,
great.
there's a lot of happiness, but there's also a lot of realism in it. I think I write and perform from a very real place. It's always personal experience, and whether it's mine or someone close to me, it's always very meaningful. And I try channel that into my performances as well. Yeah, so just getting everyone to really engage with the performance and with the music, and we can all kind of enjoy the beauty of what music is and how kind of how influential it can be on our lives.
What does the rest of 2024, before we get into the new single, what does the rest of 2024 hold for you as a musician?
Hopefully, a lot of really cool opportunities like this weekend. Hopefully, a lot of new recording kind of projects and getting this EP or album kind of built up to a point where it's something that I'm really proud of and that everyone really loves. It's about building a lot of momentum as well. I think being fairly early on in kind of a commercial music career means that there's a lot of work that needs to go into just building a really cool image and a really cool group of people and team around me to kind of support what is a really difficult job.
Mm.
So yeah, I think that's kind of the goal, is to really build the project to a point where it can be sustainable.
So your new single, Wish You the Best. It's apparently a heart-wrenching journey about lost love. And I have to ask, is this about someone who used to be special, or is it just writing?
It's a bit of both. I think
Okay.
we all go through like a few breakups in our lives, and I think capturing the kind of common thread through all of those situations is something that really interests me. When you feel the same kind of feeling three or four times in your life, you want to understand why you feel like that,
Hmm.
and you want to kind of put that on paper or put that into music in this sense. And that's what I try to do with the song. So there's bits and pieces of it which are very much real and people will know exactly what they're about. And there's bits of it that are a little bit more philosophical and kind of a metaphor for how I was feeling at the time. So
So talk to me a little bit about the writing process and recording process of Wish You the Best. Are you one of those people that you hear a beat or you write a song and it's done in a day, or does it take you a couple of days? Was this something that you were working on for a while?
I think when I get an idea that I really love, it's a very quick process for me. Um, Wish You the Best, I sat down and I kind of had this image of kind of a Dermot Kennedy vibe to the start of a song, and just had a couple of lyrics in my mind. And as soon as it kind of started rolling, got the first three or four lines down, it just all fell into place really quickly. The song was written in no time at all, which I think was really it's really rewarding, and it really feels cool
Mm.
when you write something you're really proud of really quickly, because it means those emotions were already kind of compartmentalized and put together in a way that really makes sense to you. Um, so yeah, and then obviously you have to go back to it a bit later when you want to make it a kind of radio ready song and a commercially ready song, but it still kind of keeps the essence of the demo that I recorded the first day I ever wrote it. So it's a yeah, it's still a very raw track. I think it's really still contains all of the meaning that I wanted it to have in those first few moments.
And I am so excited to play it. I'm really, really excited to play it. Thank you for gifting us this piece of music. Where can we follow you to find out if you're going to be performing, when you're dropping your next single?
I'm mostly active on my Instagram, and that's at Martin Luke Gill. So just the three most white boy names you can think of. And then on TikTok, I think I'm at Martin Gill. And on Facebook, also, I'm Martin Gill, or there's a little tag thing you can at Martin Luke Gill as well. So